Hello everybody, this is Max for Max 101 and also the Midnight Madness show. I'm here today with a band that came back after a few years, and Chef Los Ayer is here to tell me all about it. Voodoo Moonshine. Hey, how are you, Chef? How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right, Max. How you doing today?
Awesome, brother. Awesome. Thank you so much for your time. I'm so excited that when I heard that Voodoo Moonshine is coming back. So you guys released like a couple of songs like in late October, right?
Actually, my time is messed up. We shot the first video back in May for Eden in Your Eyes, and we didn't release it until October, but we released Give It To Me before the video came out. So they all kind of came out at once, and it just kind of got garbled up. But, all the songs, the three, Give It To Me, Eden in Your Eyes, and then What a Way to Go, kind of took a life of its own and got picked up in different locations. So Give It To Me was actually the first single. And then we did a live video for that.
Okay.
Then we shot out the video for Eden in Your Eyes, I think about 2-3 weeks ago.
Okay, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That was in late October, yeah.
Yeah, that one, and, we put that one out because, we weren't meeting the deadline. I wanted to put the whole CD out by Christmas.
Okay.
And my singer's not done with the rest of the songs, so I'm like, no, let's just put this out. And next thing you know, it had been playing a lot, and it got picked up, and so it's been doing good.
Nice. Congratulations, man.
Yeah, well, I still eat burritos and tacos, and
I'm not. Who doesn't? Right? Who doesn't?
It's not like it's Hey man, as long as it comes out and people likes it, that's really what matters.
Absolutely.
At this point in the game, it's not about money, because it's hard to make money in this business these days.
And more with the streaming, exactly, with the streaming and all this industry, of the new, format of music that it doesn't help to the bands, right? But I'm very happy that you guys came out with new music. I really like your band. You have the roots of and influences, I bet, from the 90s. I grew up with that music, and you really have a talented members in your band. So you're the lead guitarist and the founding member, right? Tell me a little bit about it.
Yeah, I started the band back in 2003, and I think we put the CD came out in 2005. And the first CD took off and did well, and we toured all over the world with it for I think 3 or 4 years, I guess. And then everything was going great, and I took time off. I had a family member, my grandmother got ill, so I took time off, I think in 2009, and got within a couple of months, like 6 or 7 family members, loved ones died within a couple of months.
Oh man,
so
that's so sad.
So I took off for like 2 years, and I put out a solo CD, which was basically started out to be a songs for a funeral. Well, it picked up and got picked up by a record label. We released the solo CD, or I released my solo CD. And at that time, I was writing, so I went ahead and wrote this CD, the new one. And
what's the name of the new CD? I'm sorry, what's the name of the new CD?
The new CD is going to be called Bottom of the Barrel.
Okay. Cool.
It's morphed into a few different time zones and timelines because it had taken me so long to do this CD, because I took off again, for a little while, and now, this last year, to be honest with you, I was done with the CD. I didn't care if it seen the light of day. I just wanted to complete what I started.
Yeah.
And I come across my new singer Pedro online,
Okay.
and we talked, and so I'm like, well, we talked, and ended up his guys in his band joined. So he's redoing all the vocals, and so it's all kind of like a fluke. Everything seems to happen with this band when it's not planned. I can plan everything out to a T and, time it out right, and it will just get screwed all up. But if I don't push anything, then things kind of fall in place. So, I'm really not going to push anything. And that's just how it's been. This last year, I've actually been working on getting it out, and, Give It To Me got picked up. It was put on a compilation CD on Paris Records back in September, October. Give It To Me, and it was just released on that compilation CD, Hairspray, Hollywood Hairspray Volume 8, on Paris Records, like I said, and the first CD, which I released in 2005, got picked up for distribution again, which I think is pretty funny because it's 14 years old.
Wow.
So it's selling, it's distributed all over the world again. So I'm just kind of letting things happen. We're just,
Jeff,
we're keeping, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, two questions. One is, when you, I'm probably so obvious answer, right? But when you went through the tough moments in your life, did music help you to come out, or did music help to make life a little bit easier, tough moment to be easier?
Well, the way I write, a lot of musicians, they practice every day, nonstop, as much as they can. I'll just put a guitar down, or I'll quit playing the piano or whatever instrument, and I'll just stop for a few months, for 3, 4, 5 months, and I'll let life and the world piss me off, or make me happy, or make me sad.
Gotcha.
I'll let it, kind of influence me, and I don't listen to the radio, so I don't get influenced by other bands. There's bands I like, but I try not to sit down and listen to bands and then try to write, because it's inevitable it's going to come out sounding like somebody.
I see.
So I let things that happen in my life, really motivate me to write. There's no formula to it. I can't force it. That's just not how I'm wound up. I'm not wired that way.
I see. So you are the, not only you are the founding member and lead guitarist, but you also write most of the songs, some of the songs. How is that system in your band?
On the first CD, I was with my singer for 20 years. We actually had our deal out in LA back in '89. We were out in the heyday of hair metal out in Hollywood in '89, '90s, until Nirvana hit.
Yeah.
So me and him split up. I'd say it was about a 50-50, 60-40 split on the writing.
Okay.
Now on this new CD, I wrote all the music and all the lyrics.
Oh, wow. That's impressive, man. Good job.
Well, yeah. Well, when it's your baby, you kind of take care of it like it's your baby. Not to say that, the next album with the new guys, that they won't have input, because, hey, those guys might write a bigger hit, a better hit. They might write a better song. And I'm all for it. It doesn't matter to me. It relieves some of the stress off of me.
Yeah.
So everyone's equal in the ability to bring anything to the table. It's just how it's laid out, with this new CD. The guys I have now weren't involved in the writing process. I had different guys. My drummer ended up going to play with Every Mother's Nightmare.
Okay.
And Black Oak, Arkansas. I think my old bass player toured with Skinner after Leon died, a couple of tours. So I've been faithful to this. Like I said, this is my baby, so I haven't steered out. I haven't gone out and joined with anyone else. Yeah.
Jeff, tell me a little bit about the members of your band, the names, and and you told me that you just happened to met Pedro online, but tell me about the other guys.
Pedro had been in Florida. I seen him online. He was doing a cover of Steelheart, "I'll Never Let You Go," and that's a hard song to do, and he just wiped it out, just perfect. So I contacted him, and he didn't sound real interested in getting involved with it. But then he listened to all the songs, and he loved it. Well, he has been in Florida doing cover band stuff for about 10 years. They're one of the biggest cover bands in Florida.
Okay.
And he also has a couple of solo bands, Spanish music.
Okay.
So I thought, well, he told the guys in his cover band, well, I'm going to start working with him.
Okay.
And they're like, well, he played it for them, and they liked it. And
Nice.
they wanted to join. And I thought, well, hell, they've been playing together for 10 years, so they obviously get along, so I don't have to deal with that shit.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
I understand exactly what you mean, man.
Right. I'm like, well, at least I know, no one will be beating the shit out of each other in rehearsals. Everyone gets along,
Yeah.
So I went down there. It was at Daytona Bike Week. I think there was like 6,000 people or something, and I got up on stage, did a couple of cover songs with them. That was like the equivalent of the first band jam, was in front of thousands of people.
Wow.
To see how it worked out. And so, so Emmett Hart, the drummer, he's in the band. I've got the old bass player of Pedro's band, Thomas Ray Neely's playing bass, which I had seen on video too, doing Steelheart with him live. And I knew I wanted that guy. And then Jeffrey LaRoche was in the band briefly. As of right now, it's just me as the guitarist. Jeffrey's schedule's not going to work with what we have planned.
I see.
So it's just Emmett, Pedro, Tommy, and me at the moment. I'm going through a couple of guitar player options right now.
Okay.
But hey, I'm a guitar player. I don't necessarily need another one, So
I see. Jeff, tell me, how can I reach you? Is there any website on Facebook? How can I get more information about Voodoo Moonshine Band?
Yeah, everything, like I said, especially when I first started talking to you, everything's starting over again. So these websites, are all starting up. Of course, we've got a couple of websites or a couple of pages or channels on YouTube, obviously.
Yep.
YouTube.com, the Voodoo Moonshine. Then we've got the Facebook pages, Voodoo Moonshine, or my page, Jeff LaSawyer.
Okay.
We've got Voodoo Moonshine at artistecard.com.
Cool.
And then Voodoo Moonshine at bandcamp.com.
Nice.
Right now, I'm trying to control the streaming stuff because we don't get paid. I mean, it's just how it is. The industry screws us. We get maybe a penny or two out of any streaming sales. And, so I'm really, right now, it's kind of a necessary evil, but I'd really prefer people to buy direct.
Okay.
It's out there to be downloaded. I think Give It To Me is on Amazon.com right now. And, of course, you can buy the first CD all over the place, Amazon, any of those places.
Okay.
But the new stuff is not... It's not available yet. We're looking at maybe a early mid-January release for the complete CD.
Not that far from now, It's not that far.
No, it's really not, But at holiday times, with families and everything, everyone gets tied up with that.
Thanksgiving, Christmas,
Yeah, it screws up a couple of months, so you just kind of have to wait. But the new CD, there'll be two versions. There's going to be one version for general public that may like the songs, that do not want to join the fan club, and on that version there'll be 11 songs.
Okay.
Now on the fan club CD there'll be 17 songs because there's a lot. This CD, like I said, it's taken me a few years to do. So there's bonus songs that aren't on the CD. There's alternate versions. There's piano versions, acoustic, all kinds of stuff. 17
songs is almost like a double album, right?
Yeah, you know what? And we're going to make just as much money with a double album as we would a single album.
I know.
If we go through this. And I'm talking to other labels, for distribution. I am not looking, and we are not looking for a record deal because it's just almost non-existent. It's not like in the '70s
I see.
or
Yeah,
the
true,
'80s.
true.
You know,
Absolutely. Yeah.
Technology's made it easy. You can record your CD at home. You can be your studio. You can be your
True.
record label. You hire a promotion firm, and try to keep the money. I would just rather, if any money is going to be made, it feeds us and not, everybody else. And the people that want it can actually get more out of it.
Yeah.
So it's, I'm hoping for January. I know we've got, Eden in Your Eyes just got released, that video, which that version is an alternate version. There's actually 3 versions of
Oh,
that.
really?
There's an orchestrated. Yeah, there's one with violin, viola, cello. It's all fully orchestrated, and there's that acoustic version.
Yeah, the one we were watching now, as you were talking, we just watched on the background of the screen, the one that is kind of in the woods, or some sort of nature, like you guys
Yeah,
you're playing
yeah,
like
that
acoustic
was.
guitar there.
Yeah, just me and Pedro. Yeah,
Yep.
the other version is fully orchestrated. um, yeah, that video. That was funny, man. I got in a car wreck the day before that happened. I ended up having a back surgery, so I was
Oh,
setting
wow.
down because I had blown out my discs in my back.
Oh no,
Um,
man.
Yeah, so it was, it came out good. We had a photo shoot. We did the
Yeah,
video.
very nice video,
so-
and the song is pretty cool, awesome. Like it's like that ballad that every rock band has to have in their CD, man. Like you have to have one.
Well,
at least.
See, the third version of that song was actually released on my solo CD.
Okay.
That was just an instrumental.
Oh wow.
My last singer loved the song, and he's like, "Man, that's a great song. So write some lyrics." So I wrote lyrics, and now there's an instrumental version, which there's a video of for my solo CD
Okay.
of the instrumental version, and then these new versions. So
Very
it's
cool.
kind of bleeding all into one.
Yeah, very
You
cool,
know.
man. Very cool. Jeff, one more question. Tell me, you guys are planning to go, on tour or a couple of gigs soon, or that's gonna happen after the CD in
Well,
January?
like I said, I had back surgery. We were actually scheduled to play here in Atlanta on the 17th,
Okay.
which I had canceled because of the back surgeries
Oh,
and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm not, obviously, we're falling into the holiday times. So I'm not worried about the rest of this year. I didn't plan on anything else. We're going to start next year after the CD's released and give it a little bit of steam and promotion.
Yep.
We've been contacted about some shows. And, we're going to be doing some shows. And I'm speculating that those will probably start up in late February, early March.
I see.
My whole motto is I'd rather play to an empty closet than something that's not going to benefit the band.
Yeah.
If people are going to be there and they love it, then we'll definitely show up. But we're just not going to play every single little bar and repeat it. Rinse
I
and
see.
repeat, rinse and repeat. We want to make sure that we hit the town, we do the best we can, and we
Yeah.
move on to the next one. So I'm talking to booking agencies, and they're starting to work with us. The more things are shaping up, the more interest we're getting from the agencies.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard. It's a catch-22 in this
I
business.
know.
Agencies don't want to pick you up because you don't have all these followers. You don't have all these followers because you haven't done shit in 6 years or whatever. And how's it going to pick up if you're not out playing and getting those followers? So there's when you start playing music when you're 16, they don't tell you about all this stuff. They just make it sound like you just pick up a guitar and you become a rock star. Well,
Yeah.
it's a business.
I know.
Every move you make, man, it's no different than Walmart, the gas station,
So
a
measured,
convenience store. It's a business.
Yeah.
So all your moves have to be made right, and hopefully in the end of it, you've made the right choices, and they were the most cost effective.
Yeah.
So we're looking at I'm thinking, I'm going to push for us doing some stuff in March.
Okay.
Um, Maybe
Awesome.
sooner. I mean, it just depends.
Yeah,
It,
no. And I hope,
like I said, you can't plan it, man. Maybe a big huge festival in Europe will call us, and then we'll definitely go. I mean, so as of now, I want to get the CD out. I want people to love it, and then we'll come play it for you.
that's great, man. And I hope you can recover very soon from your back surgery. Please keep me posted about all that you're gonna do with Voodoo Moonshine. I want to know when the new CD is released. I want to know
Sure.
next year when you guys go, on tour. Hopefully, I can, interview you guys there backstage. I
Oh
wish
yeah,
you all the best, brother. I really love your band.
I appreciate it, man.
And yeah, and please keep me posted. And I wish you all the best for you guys because your guys
Yeah.
deserve it.
Well, I appreciate that, man. And it's guys like you that put us out there that help. And just for a side note, I'm too old and ornery. At the day I had my back surgery, I was walking, so I'm fine.
Cool.
I survived it, and I'm ready to fall down on stage in front of everybody. And
That's awesome.
it'll be all right.
That's awesome. Yeah, yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much for your time, Jeff. And yeah, I talk to you soon, brother, okay?
Sounds good, man.
All
I
right.
appreciate you.
Peace out. Take care, bro.
Can I make it alone by your side?